Miami Heat Nation, hello guys, my name is Trent, and over here we are going to be covering the Miami Heat's off-season and heading into next year. So guys, if you support the Miami Heat or your favorite team is the Miami Heat, make sure you drop that sub and turn on post notifications. Now in today's video, we are going to be talking about 4 players the Miami Heat should trade for this upcoming season to get a starting power forward. Now, number 1 on the list I have is PJ Washington. Now, PJ Washington is currently on the Charlotte Hornets, and last season aired about 10.3 points a game, shooting about 47% from the field, about 5.2 rebounds, 2.3 assists, while shooting 36.5% from the three-point line, and averaging about a block and a steal a game. Now, PJ Washington's about 6'7", weighs about 230 pounds. Now, he is on an expiring deal, and it's going to be very interesting to see if the Charlotte Hornets extend him, or do they let him walk in free agency to test his value. Now, there was reports last season that they are looking to trade him. So if he's available, I think Pat Riley should definitely get on the line and call up the Charlotte Hornets because 1, he's not going to be too expensive, and 2, also his contract is not huge at all. It's only about $5.8 million. And if you do extend to PJ Washington, if he has a really good year, it's not going to be too much money, and he's still very young and still can grow with the Miami Heat culture. Now, little things just watching his film is that 1, he crashes for rebounds, which could be useful for the Miami Heat. More second chance points, meaning points on the board, which something we wasn't doing in the postseason. You know, he can post smaller guards up. He could take advantage because he got the 6'7". You know, he could shoot the 3 close to 40% from over there. So another 3-point threat. You know, he could be the screener and roller. And also, you know, he can score in the paint pretty solid. So PJ Washington is number 1 on the list. You guys up in the comment sections, how do you feel about that? Number 2, Marcus Morris. Now, Marcus Morris is a little bit more expensive, but he is a better player. He makes about $16.3 million around there, and he is going to be a free agent in 2024, meaning he still has a year left on his deal. Now, the only thing about Marcus Morris is that I don't think the Clippers will be looking to trade him. Maybe they will, maybe they don't, because we understand they're all in. They literally have their superstar players coming back in Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. They made a move for Norman Powell and Robert Covington. Obviously, they got Reggie Jackson and John Wall. And if this team can maintain healthy, they're definitely one of the best teams in the Western Conference. So it's going to be interesting to see if they do trade him. But if they do, Marcus Morris can get you some buckets. He's about 6'9", averages about 15 points a game, 44% from the field, 4.4 rebounds, 2.1 assists, and shooting about 37% from the three-point line. The only thing about Marcus Morris, he isn't the greatest defender. He definitely brings that toughness and that grit and that energy, which can fit the Heat culture. But it definitely needs to improve as a defender. But for a scoring option, you could literally give him the ball. He could take his man one-on-one or, you know, hit him with the jab step and hit that nice mid-range. And that can be huge for the Miami Heat and help out Jimmy buckets. So also let me in the comment sections, how do you feel about Marcus Morris? Number 3, Harrison Barnes, which I feel like this is going to be the fan favorites for this video. But hey. So Harrison Barnes about 6'8", you know, obviously on the Sacramento Kings, averaged about 16.4 points a game last year, 47% from the field, 5.6 rebounds, 2.4 assists, while shooting 39% from the three-point line. Now, also, he's on an expiring deal, makes about $15.3 million around there, and it's going to be interesting to see what the Sacramento Kings do with Barnes, because if they get to the midpoint of the season and they're not even near, you know, the play-in, I honestly think they're going to trade him because there's no point in extending him if he's making all this money for him to not even help you make it to the play-in game. And we've seen so far this offseason that they have been aggressive. You know, they added players like Malik Monk. They added more depth to their roster. So I definitely think they're going all in. But if the team starts struggling mid-season before the trade deadline, Harrison Barnes could definitely be a huge target for the Miami Heat. And everybody will love Harrison Barnes because we know what he can do. Create his own shot, could play the 4 position. Now, this is not the greatest defender. Honestly, awful on the defense end, but scoring option is all there. He got all the tools for on the scoring end. Sometimes could be inconsistent. Sometimes he may not show up, but hopefully when he comes to Miami, that's not the problem. And lastly, Miles Turner. Now, there's 2 players, Miles Turner and Nikola Vucevic. Which player would you rather have? Would you have Miles Turner or Nikola Vucevic? Vucevic is on an expiring contract. The Bulls were talking to him about extending his contract, so that one might be tricky, but Miles Turner is available. So let me know in the comment sections how you feel about these options. I love you guys so much, and I appreciate all the support, and I'm out. Peace.